Hey guys, what's up? So last year Google launched the Pixel 4 and 4 XL with the Soli radar and motion sense technology, but it seems like not a lot of people are interested in it. The Pixel 4 didn't sell quite as many units as Google would have hoped. Only 2 million units of the Pixel 4 and 4 XL combined were sold in the first 6 months compared to almost 3 million of the Pixel 3a and 3a XL, while the Pixel 3 series sold around 3.5 million units in the same time frame. Depending upon the performance, Google may have decided to skip the Soli radar in Pixel 5. This comes from Stephen Hall of 9to5 Google. The Soli radar is used by Google for more secure face unlock and some gestures on those phones, but skipping it would help lower the price, and they may use something like an under-display fingerprint sensor for authentication and use a front-facing camera for a less secure face unlock. And to be honest, I don't think a lot of people would miss the gesture support. Also, the design of the phone can be improved by skipping that tech alone. The 4th generation Pixel devices have a pretty big forehead to accommodate those sensors, so removing those, the phones may look like 2020 smartphones. We have a few renders of the Pixel 4a which has a pretty respectable bezel, so something like that should do wonders. Also, the Soli radar is one of the contributing factors the Pixel 4 is not available in India, so with that gone, Google can launch the phone in one of the largest smartphone markets. I think this is the right move by Google. The motion sense tech is cool and all, but it's not that useful and unnecessarily bumps the price of these phones. Also, Google hasn't been able to make proper use of the chips, so removing it only makes sense. The Pixel 5 is also expected to come with an upper mid-range Snapdragon 765G SoC, or they might as well upgrade it to the newest 768G, which is both pin and software compatible with the 765 and 765G chipsets. Performance-wise, it comes under the Snapdragon 865 and the recently launched 768G, which is mostly an overclocked 765G. These chips are 5G compatible and have both millimeter wave and sub 6 GHz, so that should be a feature of the phone. We can also expect a triple camera setup on the back, the design of which was leaked a while back by John Prosser of Front Page Tech. The camera setup may include a wide-angle lens, an ultra-wide, and a telephoto camera. The price of the phone is expected to be around $700, and I think that is a great move, especially at these times. Also, we have some info on the Pixel 4 XL. Till now, we have heard only about the Pixel 4a being launched this year, and absolutely nothing on the 4a XL. But a new leak from SlashLeaks shows a device that looks like a bigger 4a, but with 2 cameras on the back. Now, it is very unlikely that there will be a 4a XL this year, so take this with a big pinch of salt. The Pixel 4a will have a mid-range Snapdragon 730 SoC, a 5.8-inch OLED display, 6GB of RAM, a 12.2 megapixel main camera, and an 8 megapixel front camera in a punch hole on the left side of the display. It will use a plastic body and have a 3080 mAh battery. It is expected that the phone will launch for $299 for the 64GB variant, while the 128GB will go for $349. That's it for this video. Let me know your thoughts on this. Smash the like button if you liked it and subscribe to the channel for more tech videos. I'll see you all in the next one. Till then, bye bye and stay safe.